Not just the actresses made headlines at the Oscars 2026. And in this video, I'm talking about the men. Yes, the men. The ones nobody talks about enough. But honestly, after this red carpet, we need to talk about them. From classic, perfectly tailored tuxedos to bold looks that completely broke the rules, these guys made sure all eyes were on them. So let's get into the top 10 best-dressed men at the 2026 Oscars. Jacob Elordi. Jacob Elordi didn't just walk the Oscars 2026 red carpet, he owned it with a look that felt effortlessly powerful and insanely polished. He wore a custom black three-piece tuxedo by Bottega Veneta, crafted in that rich Grand de Poudre fabric that gives a soft, matte, luxury finish, while the slightly longer jacket and oversized satin lapels made the whole fit look perfectly tailored to his tall frame. The waistcoat added that timeless, old-school vibe, but the styling kept it fresh and modern instead of boring. Then came the details: a rare Cartier Tonka guichet watch in platinum, diamond stud earrings, onyx and diamond cufflinks, and statement rings that subtly flexed without overdoing it. He finished it off with black patent leather Bottega Veneta Oxfords, keeping everything clean and sharp. And honestly, bringing his mom as his date, that just made the whole moment feel even more iconic and personal. Leonardo DiCaprio. Leonardo DiCaprio walked into the Oscars 2026 looking like a mix of old Hollywood legend and rugged modern star, and honestly, it worked way better than anyone expected. Wearing a perfectly tailored black Dior tuxedo with smooth satin shawl lapels, he kept the base look classic and clean, paired with a crisp white shirt and a sharp velvet bow tie that added just the right amount of texture. But what really got people talking was his bold transformation, a leaner frame, and that unexpected chevron mustache, which gave him this vintage, slightly rebellious vibe. And yes, the internet had a lot to say about it. He elevated the whole look with a vintage Boucheron honeybee brooch from 1964, adding a subtle but meaningful touch linked to his environmental work, and finished it with a sleek Rolex 1908 featuring an ice blue dial. It was classy, a little daring, and proof that Leo knows exactly how to keep things interesting, even in a classic tux. Joe Alwyn. Joe Alwyn showed up to the Oscars 2026 and completely switched things up, proving that men's fashion doesn't have to be boring to be elegant. Supporting Hamnet, he wore a custom black Valentino suit styled by Rose Ford, but this wasn't your typical tux moment. The boxy jacket and slightly flared trousers gave it that relaxed, almost rock and roll edge while still looking polished. And then came the detail that everyone noticed: that oversized, loosely tied silk ribbon bow tie, which felt intentionally undone in the coolest way possible, like he wasn't even trying but still looked incredible. He added a touch of luxury with a Chalamet diamond brooch, bringing in that soft, artistic vibe to balance the edgy tailoring. The whole look felt a little dandy, a little rebellious, and honestly super refreshing on a red carpet full of safe choices. Kieran Kulkin. Kieran Kulkin walked into the Oscars 2026 and instantly stood out by ditching the typical black tux for something way more relaxed and unexpected. As a returning presenter after his 2025 win, he went for a custom Paul Smith look in this rich, burnt auburn, almost chocolate brown shade that gave major, earthy, cool vibes on the red carpet. The blazer paired with a black button-up shirt and trousers felt slightly undone, very loungy and louche in the best way, like effortless style without trying too hard. He elevated the look with a unique Sovereign Untitled 21 brooch, tapping into the growing trend of men's jewelry, and a Hublot Classic Fusion chronograph in King Gold that perfectly matched those warm tones. And of course, he kept things entertaining with his personality too, joking about that famous pregnancy pact with his wife, which made his whole appearance even more memorable. Paul Mescal. Paul Mescal pulled up to the Oscars 2026 and gave us one of the most effortlessly cool and artistic looks of the night, like he just rewrote the tuxedo rulebook. Nominated for Hamnet, he wore a custom all-black Celine ensemble by Michael Ryder, featuring a cropped, collarless cashmere jacket with tiny folded lapels that instantly made the whole look feel modern and slightly edgy. Instead of a classic bow tie, he went for a soft black ribbon tie, loosely knotted in that perfectly undone but intentional way that made it feel super stylish. He kept the accessories minimal but impactful: a single Cartier Juste un Clou hoop earring and a vintage mini Cartier tank watch, adding just the right amount of quiet luxury. And honestly, arriving with Gracie Abrams and serving one of the best-dressed couple moments of the night, that just made his whole vibe even stronger. Robert Pattinson. Robert Pattinson may have skipped the red carpet at the Oscars 2026, but the moment he appeared on stage, he made it very clear he didn't come to blend in. Staying loyal to Dior Homme, he wore a custom black velvet tuxedo with silk lapels that gave off that rich, classic Hollywood feel, but with his signature twist. Instead of a bow tie, he went completely tieless and added a diamond brooch at the collar, turning a small detail into a bold, slightly rebellious statement. And then came the watch, a never-before-seen Jaeger LeCoultre piece in full gold with a moon phase and perpetual calendar, basically a collector's dream hidden in plain sight. Finished with sleek patent leather derbies, the whole look felt minimal but incredibly intentional. Presenting alongside Zendaya, and later showing up at the after-party with Suki Waterhouse, Pattinson proved once again that he doesn't follow fashion rules. He quietly rewrites them. Hudson Williams. Hudson Williams made his Oscars debut in 2026, and honestly, he understood the assignment from start to finish, serving not one, but two standout fashion moments. For the main red carpet, he kept things sleek and powerful in a custom all-black Balenciaga double-breasted suit, with structured shoulders and relaxed trousers that gave off that effortless, cool-without-trying vibe. The matching black shirt and tie made it fully monochrome, letting the details do all the talking, especially the Bulgari high jewelry, including a stunning serpenti brooch with diamonds and emeralds, plus that bold red dial Tubogos watch that instantly caught attention. He added even more edge with diamond hoop earrings and rings, while his wet-look hair with soft spit curls gave a subtle vintage, almost Superman-inspired finish. Clean, sharp, and slightly dramatic, this was minimalism done the right way. Chris Evans. Chris Evans showed up to the Oscars 2026 looking like pure classic Hollywood with a cool, modern twist. And honestly, it just worked so effortlessly. Attending with Alba Baptista in their first big red carpet moment since becoming parents, he wore a deep navy Giorgio Armani double-breasted tuxedo with sharp peaked lapels, giving that rich, midnight glow under the lights. The fit had a slightly relaxed, almost 90s slouchy feel, which made it look less stiff and way more natural on him. But the real vibe shift came from those dark, round, Garrett light sunglasses. Unexpected for the Oscars, but they added that laid-back, confident edge. Clean, cool, and effortlessly charismatic, exactly what you expect from him. Timothée Chalamet. Timothée Chalamet walked into the Oscars 2026 and instantly made it clear he was not here to play it safe, serving one of the boldest menswear moments of the night. Nominated for Marty Supreme, he wore a custom all-white Givenchy suit by Sarah Burton, featuring a double-breasted jacket and wide-legged trousers that gave off major retro, almost Y2K boy band energy. He leaned fully into the monochrome vibe with a white tie and even white boots instead of classic dress shoes. A risky move that made the look feel fashion-forward, even if some people thought it was a bit heavy at the bottom. The black sunglasses added that signature, mysterious, slightly rebellious edge, tying back to his on-screen character, while his shaggy hair kept everything relaxed and effortless. And just when you thought he was done, he switched it up at the after-party with a black chrome heart suit and sneakers, proving he can pull off literally any vibe. Michael B. Jordan. Michael B. Jordan didn't just win Best Actor at the Oscars 2026, he looked like a winner the second he stepped on that carpet. Instead of going for a typical tux, he switched things up with a custom black Louis Vuitton look inspired by traditional Indian Band Gala style, featuring a sleek mandarin collar and onyx buttons that gave it a sharp, structured edge. It felt modern, cultural, and seriously powerful all at once. Styled by Jason Bolden, the outfit was clean but full of subtle flexes, from the Piaget Tank vintage watch in yellow gold to David Yurman jewelry and even a wallet chain adding a bit of attitude. The tailoring was flawless, the vibe was confident, and it stood out without trying too hard. And later, when he switched into a brown double-breasted suit with brooches and tinted sunglasses for the after-party, he proved he could own two completely different looks in one night. Those were the men who truly stole the spotlight at the Oscars 2026 with their style. But now it's your turn. Who was your best dressed? Did someone surprise you or deserve a higher spot? Let me know in the comments, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and come back for more fashion moments you don't want to miss.